Yo, what up? This a new video right here. You know what I'm saying? Today, man, this day has to be one of the most saddest days in hip hop history. And y'all guys must get ready to know who I'm ready to talk about. You know what I mean? Y'all guys know that on this day, on March 9th, 1997, 21 years ago, hip hop lost one of the greatest MCs of all time. That is the man himself, the Notorious B.I.G. Y'all guys must know who Notorious B.I.G. is, aka Biggie, aka Biggie Smalls, B.I.G., Big Papa, Big, the Black Frank White, Francis M to the Is Phenomenal, Christopher Wallace, wherever you want to call him, MC from Brooklyn, New York, best style, do or die. Dude is a fucking amazing lyricist. He's in my top 5, my top 10, top 20, top 25, top 50, top 100, you name it. He's like one of my favorite MCs of all time. I mean, the dude, he was incredible with the flow and the lyrics, the whole nine. I mean, like, it's a shame that he had to get his life cut short at the age of 24 due to nonsense with the fucking East Coast, West Coast beef, you know, that was going on with him and Tupac back then. Because, you know, the shit was getting very controversial, you know, a Bad Boy in Death Row. And, he don't have that much material out, but he was still putting out bangers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was helping, you know, with Junior Mafia, you know, getting him onto the game. You know, Biggie, you know, he was just coming from the streets of Brooklyn, you know, raised by a single mother, Vanilla Wallace. Shout out to her, by the way. She was like a school teacher, you know, from Jamaica and stuff like that. And she moved to the hood of New York City. And Biggie, you know, he went to a Catholic school. He was a good student there. Then he went to, you know, George Westinghouse High School, you know, the same high school where he went with, you know, with Jay-Z, DMX, Busta Rhymes, and E Money Bags. By the way, rest in peace to E Money Bags, by the way. Biggie, you know, he dropped out of school, you know, started selling drugs, you know, getting himself into a lot of trouble. And you know, got caught, you know, was locked up, got sent to jail. You know, he decided to leave the street game alone. So he started, you know, rhyming, you know what I'm saying? Like he should start, you know, spitting, you know, recording demos with, you know, DJ 50 Grand. DJ 50 Grand, you know, gave, you know, like a little demo tape to Mr. C, who was at the time was Big Daddy Kane's DJ. So gave it to Mr. C. Mr. C heard it, you know, gave it, you know, to Puffy and shit like that. But at the time, Puffy was, you know, working with Andre Arell at Uptown Records until he got fired back in 1993. And, you know, Puffy, you know, started Bad Boy, you know, took Biggie under his wing, you know, put Biggie on, and, you know, Craig Mack, like the first two artists to be signed to Bad Boy. You know, Craig Mack released, you know, Project Funk the World, and Biggie released Ready to Die, which is my top 10 favorite fucking hip hop album of all damn time. Like that album is a classic from start to finish. I mean, so many memorable lyrics, so many memorable songs. Like one of the albums that you just could play without skipping a track. I mean, like everybody in their mamas must know about Ready to Die, man. That was like one of the hottest hip hop albums to come out the year 1994, man. You know, for songs like Juicy, Big Papa, One More Chance, Respect, Unbelievable. It's like my favorite songs of the fucking album. Dope ass beat by DJ Premier. Machine Gun Funk, Give Me the Loot, Things Done Change. I mean, like Suicidal Thoughts, timeless joints, man. Like you got production from DJ Premier, Easy Mo B. I mean, like Lord Finesse. You cannot go wrong, man. And Biggie, telling how he came up in the streets of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like telling his life story, pretty much. And plus, the album came out in the same time what Nas Illmatic did. You know what I mean? Like Ready to Die was one of those albums that helped bring back the East Coast, like resurrect the East Coast after the because at the time the West Coast was pretty much taking over the game. Like you had Ice Cube, Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Easy E, Spice One, Too Short, Delta Funky Homo Sapien. I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, but that album was critically acclaimed. It was very successful. I mean, like, I don't have to get into much detail about the album. Y'all guys must know the history about Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? And, right after Ready to Die came out, Biggie was like one of the illest MCs out. And, just been doing guest appearances on other people's tracks, appearing on a lot of TV shows, doing a lot of performances for everybody until he had the situation that was going on in Quad Studios back in '94. Tupac was shot and robbed. He blamed Biggie and Puffy for setting him up. Biggie had nothing to do with it. So for many people, they said that the shooting is what really sparked the beef between Tupac and Biggie, the whole East Coast, West Coast shit, Bad Boy and Death Row, and shit like that. It was like the beef was getting very controversial at the time. The whole 95 Source Awards, you know what I mean? Like, it was getting crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas was getting killed. And just because of the beef, Tupac passed as well. And a year later, Biggie died in California. I mean, like, if it wasn't for the fucking East Coast, West Coast shit, Biggie and Pac would have still been alive making dope music for us, man. Biggie, he was very versatile. He was very witty with the flow. I'm like, he was flashy, man. I mean, like, every time I listen to his music, I just want to get into the whole party vibe. But at the same time, I want to get into a more lyrical on the ill tip. You know what I mean? Like, Biggie was that nigga, man. Like, he was a fucking pimp in his own right. He was in his own league. Like, he was one of New York's finest, man. Along with him, Nas and Jay-Z and Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? And, Mobb Deep and Big Pun. You know what I mean? Like, Big Chris, he was ahead of his time, man. You can't take that away from him. Although, like I said, he didn't have that much material out because, the East Coast, West Coast shit, and, he was, with Mafia. But Biggie, he was still doing some shit too, man. Like, and, he got into a car accident the day after Tupac passed away. You know what I mean? Like, it was fucking crazy as well. You know what I mean? Biggie, man, like, I really love this dude, man. I wish I met him because when you look at some of his videos, he seems like a very cool, chill dude to hang out with. To talk, have fun, get drunk, smoke a blunt, kick a little freestyle with. Like, he was very chill, man. Like, that's what I like about Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was very humble. You know what I mean? Coming from being hungry to being flashy, like you already said, but from ashy to classy. You know what I'm saying? The shadiest. You know what I mean? Like, this dude, man, he would definitely be missed. You know what I'm saying? I still have his albums. I was bumping them shits today while I was on Instagram doing like my Biggie tribute. If you follow me on Instagram, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? When I posted like 1, 2, 6, 11 photos of Big. You know what I mean? So check those out if you haven't. But yeah, man, I'd like to say rest in peace to Notorious BIG. I'd like to give a shout out to Lil Cease, D-Rock, Money L, C Gutter, the whole Junior Mafia, Nino Brown, Lil Kim, Vanilla Wallace, Tiana, Lil CJ, Faith Evans, Jigga, you know what I mean? Shout out to the whole Brooklyn, New York, man. Brooklyn, stand up. I'd also like to give a shout out to D-Dot. Shout out to my man Easy Mo B, friends with him on Instagram. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's associated, with Biggie. You know what I mean? That was it, man. I'd like to say rest in peace to the king, Christopher George Latour Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G. You we miss. We all love you. May you rest in peace. Your legacy live on. So yeah, folks, that was it for the video. Give me your thoughts in the comment box as always. Hope y'all enjoyed. Salute.